Because of certain indiscreet remarks by Don Imus and Howard Stern, WNBC Radio apologizes to the following: the National Organization for Women, the New York chapter of Hadassah, Governor Cuomo, the New York Jets, the United States Congress, both houses, Nassau Community College, the Gay Men's Choir, Sons of Italy, Rabbi Arthur Selkowitz, my wife,
66 WNBC. If we weren't so bad, we wouldn't be so good.
Queen Elizabeth, Mayor Koch.
Hi, New York. You know, before I was a comedian, I was a guitar player. And I wanted to be the best, but I wasn't. Just like a lot of radio stations try to be K-Rock, and they're not, because K-Rock is the best. It's the best classic rock and roll you're going to find, and they have it all day. And they have Howard Stern in the morning. And we don't mean to laugh in the face of the other radio stations. But you're just not K-Rock! Turn to K-Rock 92.3 FM! Ow!
From Lucasfilm, the company that has done more to destroy everything you love since your ex-wife got all your stuff in the divorce, comes the series that literally has no stakes because you know the main character has to live long enough just to die at the end of Rogue One. Andor. Meet Cassian Andor, the title character, a space immigrant who grew up on a Lord of the Flies mining planet, who now lives in a junkyard like Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, with a bootleg version of Wally who gets peed on by a space dog, pig thing, I'm not sure what this animal's supposed to be, and is now on the run after killing two guys. Watch as Cassian Andor is hunted by discount Kyle MacLachlan, who's the only American on this show, and for some reason he's been cast as the bad guy. Nice way to be subtle with your subtext there. Now, Cassian Andor must elude security forces by walking, strolling, sauntering, strutting, ambulating. Yeah, I'm running out of synonyms for walking here. Can we get to something interesting, please? Then, after 2.5 episodes, there's finally some action, with a generic shootout in a garage, where pulleys take out more bad guys than the actual weapons do. You know, this show is about a guy who crosses the border illegally, murders 2 people, and is now running from the Federales. Are you sure the Latino community wants to take ownership of this one? Diego Luna stars in the series that is ultimately completely pointless in Dead Man Walking. How is this Star Wars' prestige show? It's quite literally about nothing. At least Seinfeld was about a bunch of neurotic a-holes who were undateable in New York. That was at least something. This guy's just walking around for an hour and a half.
It's the Muppet Show with a very special guest star, Mr. Jack Black, Lizzo, Tim Meadows, Jen Cobb. Really? Who the f*** is Jen Cober? Okay. Christopher Lloyd and Amy Sedaris. Yay! And don't miss a special appearance next week by Jay and Silent Bob. Because why the f*** not at this point?
Velma, your fat dumbass is supposed to find out if Daphne likes to go to Browntown or not.
I'm trying. This is the first chance I've had to focus. Thank God hot girls would rather be murdered than enter the band room.
I knew you was in the role playing, but now you got me in this stupid ass outfit. About time you admit to yourself you like the vag, dumb bitch.
Norville, I didn't come out. I told you, I like Daphne, but also find Fred attractive.
You know Fred got a tiny dick.
But Daphne, our personalities just click. I can't explain it.
Black Shaggy can explain it. You want them titties just as much as Black Shaggy do. You can't say I blame you. Black Shaggy like them titties too. Daphne got herself some nice titties. That's right.
This is exactly the problem with this list. Men make everything about them and what they want.
That's right. And Black Shaggy want to perform some butt sex on Daphne.
Our whole lives, girls are told by guys there's a right way to be hot.
Yeah, it's giving up the back door. That'll make your ass a lot hotter, bitch.
But now because of this list, I have to validate everything I hate about men's ideas of beauty norms.
Bitch, just be glad someone interested in you. Your fat dumbass ain't gonna get none anyhow. That's right, Black Shaggy went there. That's right.
Worn out from your long commute to your dead-end job? Then why not relax with the great taste of Paul Buck's coffee? Perfect for the Jedi cat lady on the go who just wants to unwind after a long day of saving the galaxy. Or staring off into space. Enjoy the delicious taste of Paul Buck's coffee. Now at both light and dark side roast. Delicious Paul Buck's coffee. Now available at Costco.
Worn out from giving your most absolute minimal effort pretending to train to be a Jedi? Then it's time to unwind with delicious tasting Paul Buck's coffee. It's got that perfect blend, whether you're half-assing it lightsaber training or using the Force to grab another cup. Dear God, even their training involves drinking coffee.
Who are they gonna fight? Lord Starbuck? Enjoy the great taste of Paul Buck's coffee. Now available at Smith's, Costco, and other fine stores. If this is the best you can do, maybe the Empire should take over. Things would be a lot better.
At the bottom. That's what we're here for, guys, to win. That was no goal, They was in the crease.
Please evaluate the show on its merits.
You are a meathead.
Please give it a chance. And so...
A meathead, dead from the neck up. Meathead.
No sexy. Huh? No sexy. No sexy.
Norval, what are you doing here?
Black Shaggy need a minute to prepare for this. I got to know what I'm getting into. So do you like the back door or not? Black Shaggy don't want to read this in the newspaper, you dig? Inquiring minds want to know.
We have a student newspaper?
Bitch is dumb.
Hey! Who just threw a rock through my window?
Geo from the Crystal Mines. You should know that because your dumb bitch ass was born there.
The Crystal Mines? That old tourist attraction that's now a seagull toilet full of condoms?
Bitch is crass. That's right. Yo, check it out. Everybody's smoking that original Black Shaggy OG strain. They're getting nice and high. You know that, right? Black Shaggy gonna make some killer bank on this.
All our classmates are idiots or sheep, so let's assume they're high.
Fuck you, bitch. Of course they're high. You're high too. That's why you're in the garbage can looking for french fries. Dumb bitch.
Now, have you seen Daphne?
Oh, you finally come around to talk about that three-way. Black Shaggy like where this is going.
It took a while, but we're finally through the worst of it.
Every time you around, the po-po roll up on Black Shaggy. Dumb bitch. Hey, everybody. I'm Mr. Morning, WNBC. WNBC. How's it going, everybody? WNBC. I'm Mr. Morning, WNBC. WNBC. How's it going, everybody? Everybody. Everybody. Rock your body. Rock your body. Backside's back. All right. Turn on the cat cam first. How's everybody doing? Cat cam. There's my big hairy knee. There's one cat. There's one of them. There's you, buddy. You can tell he's interested. He really wants to be here. Buddy. 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 Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? He's giving me a stink eye. All right, he doesn't want to be bothered. Any other kitties around?
Right there.
All right, there's another one. Dim sum. Dim sum. There's no one. Where's the other? Where's number 3?
Come around
the bend. Here he comes. Sabu. The only one who wants to be on camera. Hey, buddy. He got his nose right up in the camera.
Yeah, you're a good boy. You want a treat?
Oh, you like the sound of that. Where'd he go?
I'll throw it towards him.
All right. Well, he's oh boy. There he goes. Yeah, buddy, right there. Giants are favored two points this week against the Raiders. Yeah.
Hockey.
How's everybody doing? Time to turn off the cat cam. We'll check back with them later. How's everybody doing? Oh, yeah, I got some time. I'm gonna do Thursday. Time for Friday Night Live. It's whenever I do another show, it's something live. It's that day or that day is live. Pardon me. Enjoying a bottle of water. How's it going? Oh God, how you doing, everybody? Let me tell you.
Next one.
Yes, the Knights won. The Knights won yesterday. They beat the Manitoba Leaf Plains. We are a week out from this Marvels thing. You see, I'm so riveted that I'm yawning while I'm saying it.
Your caffeine.
No, well, I don't want any candy. I don't want any candy.
Ruth.
I don't want any candy.
Goonies reference.
Huh?
Goonies reference.
Okay. All right. Yeah, my man boobs are big enough. I keep eating; they're gonna get huge. I'm gonna need a lift. I'm gonna need a reduction surgery. So anyway, the Marvels. It's so bad that even CBR is
4 months of reshoots.
4 months. Well, it says long reshoots. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Marvels attracted underwhelming test screening reviews. Suffered from long reshoots. Oh, it's almost like those rumors on Reddit were true. New report details the trouble for the Marvels as Captain People, suffered. The sequel endured tough test screenings and extensive reshoots. How about we've heard that already? The Marvels continues to endure a chaotic run-in to its anticipated premiere as a new report chronicles the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe flick struggles with reshoots and uninspiring test screening reviews. An extensive report on the MCU done by Variety, it was revealed the upcoming Captain People sequel endured 4 weeks of reshoots throughout the production. I think it was longer. Throughout the production process, needing extra work to properly piece together a tangled storyline. Furthermore, the Marvels, or should we call it the Peoples? Because it's Captain People, Captain Marvel, Captain People. So it's the Peoples.
Like Nia Peoples?
Like the Peoples, yes. Oh, Nia Peoples was gorgeous. I used to like her. Yeah, she was very attractive woman.
That Hawaii surfing movie.
Yes, I know that.
Bad surfing movies.
The Peoples had a public test screening in Texas this past June. What? Yes, they're going to love that.
Are going to love the Marvels. They hate her.
Mm-hmm. What the hell? What the hell kind of movie is this?
We had a random hockey guy say that people hate her.
That's right. Guy said it at hockey practice.
No, it was we were watching the Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, randomly some guy said that over at
the Peoples had a public test screening in Texas this past June to gauge the interest level for the Phase 5 title. Reactions from the test screening audience were middling, with fans left underwhelmed by the final product. I believe they're worse, which was deemed average at best by many. And how many thought it sucked?
He was sitting in the sink.
Yes, he was sitting in the sink. The report also featured criticism of the People's director, Nia DaCosta, from an insider close to behind-the-scenes occurrences during production. Yes. Hey, Professor Genki, how are you? I love trailer editors in the movie. Is all action. One released 6 months ago was aimed at tweens.
Jim Carl hired a bunch of bots.
While the MCU film was still in post-production, DaCosta moved to London to begin work on the upcoming drama Hedda, featuring Creed and Thor franchise star Tessa Thompson. Oh yeah, that's going to draw people. And if you're directing a $250 million movie, it's kind of weird for the director to leave with a few months to go. The insider said DaCosta previously admitted to giving up control on the Peoples to Marvel president Kevin Feige, whom she had initial questions about when she signed on for the project. Captain People reportedly considers moving on. The Peoples closes in on its November 10th release after having been pushed back twice. Actually, it's been pushed back more than that. Initially swapping dates with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania before moving from July to November to give the crew more time to perfect the project. You can take all the time in the world, it wouldn't help. Along with production issues, the Peoples also had attracted online backlash ahead of its release. Would star, here it comes, would star Brie Cheese Larson,
who reprises her role as Carol Danvers, Captain People, in the sequel reportedly disillusioned with playing the character. Box office projections for The Peoples are respectable, with the film expected to earn between $70 million and $80 million domestically. Well, I think it's gonna earn more closer to 55 during its first weekend in cinemas. However, that range is around half of what Captain People made during its first 3 days, with the 2019 movie earning $153.4 million in its premiere weekend and grossing over $1.3 billion amid its critical success. The Peoples will be hoping for strong returns to justify its heavy budget of They spent $275 million on this thing? That's insane. The People sees Cheese Larson featured alongside Teyona Paris as Monica Rambeau, and Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, and Zui Ashton as Dar-Ben, and Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury. The sequel centers around Carol, Monica, and Kamala's mysterious intertwining powers as the trio investigate a wormhole linked to the Kree. The Peoples opens on November 10th. So, yeah, things not all... but here's the thing. Yeah, I heard about that too. That Robert Downey Jr. is probably going to come back for another movie, Avengers movie, before they reboot the whole universe. $275 million for this thing? Seriously? Oh, this Variety article is it's not that long. It's not that long. Let's peruse it a bit. Here's the thing though. They can't hide it anymore. They cannot hide it anymore. This past September, a group of Marvel creatives, including studio chief Kevin Feige, assembled in Palm Springs for the studio's annual retreat. Most years, the vibe would have been confident, even cocky, given how the superhero brand, owned by Disney since 2009, has remade the entertainment business in its image. But this occasion was angst-ridden. Everyone at Marvel was reeling from a series of disappointing on-screen, disappointments on screen, a legal scandal involving one of its biggest stars, and questions about the viability of the studio's ambitious strategy to extend the brand beyond the movies into streaming. The most pressing issue to be discussed at the retreat was what to do about Jonathan Majors, the actor who had been poised to carry the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but instead is headed to a high-profile trial in New York later this month on domestic you-know-what charges. The actor insists he's the victim, but the damage to his reputation and the chance he could lose the case has forced Marvel to reconsider its plans to center the next phase of its interlocking slate of sequels, spin-offs, and series around Major's villainous character, Kang the Conqueror. At the gathering in Palm Springs, executives discussed backup plans, including pivoting to another comic book adversary like Doctor Doom. But making any shift would carry its own headaches. Majors was already a big presence in the MCU. No, he wasn't. Including as the scene-stealing antagonist in February's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. People have already forgotten that movie. And he's been positioned as the franchise's next big thing in this season of Loki, particularly in the finale, which airs on November 9th and sets up Kang as the titular star of the 5th Avengers film in 2026. Well, you know what? Things change. Marvel is truly fucked with the whole Kang angle, says one top deal maker who has seen the final Loki episode, and they haven't had an opportunity to rewrite it until very recently because of the WGA strike. But I don't see a path to how they move forward with him. Beyond the bad press for Majors, the brain trust at Marvel is also grappling with the November release of The Peoples, a sequel to 2019's blockbuster Captain People.
That has been played with lengthy reshoots and now appears likely to underwhelm at the box office. You did it to yourself. Okay, I'm gonna finish this article, then I'm gonna interject. The bad press for majors. Okay, yeah. This is all an unprecedented turn of fortune for a company that has enjoyed nearly uninterrupted string of hits ever since it started independently producing movies with 2008's Iron Man. That wildly profitable run culminated in the $2.8 billion success of Avengers Endgame, a high water mark for the studio that has earned nearly $30 billion over 32 films. Replicating that kind of phenomenon is never easy. However, the source of Marvel's current troubles can be traced back to 2020. That's when the COVID pandemic issued in a mandate to help boost Disney's stock price with an endless torrent of interconnected Marvel content for the studio's fledgling streaming platform. Disney Plus, I think, was screwed before that. According to the plan, there would never be a lapse in superhero fare, with either a film in theaters or a new television series streaming at any given moment. Pardon me. The Marvel machine was pumping out a lot of content. Did it get to the point where there was just too much and they were burning people out on superheroes? It's possible. No, it got to the point where the content was bad. You emphasize quantity over quality, and you McDonaldized the whole thing, says Wall Street analyst Eric Handler, who covers Disney. The more you do, the tougher it is to maintain quality. They tried experimenting with breaking in some new characters like Shang-Chi and the Eternals, with mixed results. With budgets as big as these, you need home runs. The Peoples, which opens in theaters on November 10th, will struggle to get the ball past the infield, at least by Marvel's outsized standards. The movie, which cost $250 million and sees Cheese Larson reprising her role as Captain People, is tracking to open at $75 million to $80 million opening, far below the $185 million Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness took in its debut week weekend last year. So they're finally admitting there's a problem. How much longer is this? Actually, this is quite a lengthy read here. Okay, well, anyway. Huh? I don't know if Putin's... I don't know if Putin croaked yet, but... Okay, well, they're talking about... bringing in the X-Men earlier, and they're talking about going to Doctor Doom. But I mean, listen, you did it to yourself. Really, this is me. This is me being Cheese Larson. That's an insult to cheese. You're darn right it is. Cheese is tasty and useful. You're putting on burgers and you're putting on a lot of stuff. Which reminds me, I got to make sausage and peppers. What do they mean finally? This has been a problem for over 10 years.
You can get the pre-made pre-cut veggies in the frozen.
Yeah, well, maybe.
And just get sausage.
Just peppers, just get Italian sausage.
Yeah, you get the pepper onions mixed.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
The veggies already chopped.
Get a little olive oil, some tomato sauce.
We got olive oil.
Get tomato sauce?
No.
I'll have to get tomato sauce.
Well, you can get the tomato sauce with stuff in it too.
Yeah, well, I'll do that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like I said, this whole exercise was screwed when you started going to all the new Disney characters, all the new characters. You were so giddy to try and get to. You wanted to go with Jane Foster Thor. You wanted to go with. Captain Sam America. You wanted to go with freaking Asian Hulk's gonna be coming soon. You darn well know Asian Hulk's gonna be coming soon. You want to go with Miles Morales? I don't get the Miles Morales. I don't get it. And you want to go with Scarlet Witch, and you want to go. Well, Scarlet Witch's not a new character, but still.
You want to go with all these other characters. You want to go with all these replacement heroes. Freaking America Chavez. You want to make America Kamala Khan. You want to make Kamala Khan a thing? You keep trying to make Kamala Khan a thing. It doesn't work. It's never going to work. You do know that you do. It's never going to work with Kamala Khan. And you know who can tell you that? Her dad. Her dad. You know, let's see. Kamala Khan is, listen, her dad knows. Her dad knows. Oh, that is right. Hello. Yes, that is right. Oh, that is from Turkey. Yes. Hello, I'm Mr. Khan. How are you? Yes, the marbles is screwed. They are royally screwed. They're morally screwed. Oh, no, not again. Yes, again. I have got things to say. I don't know what that is. Why are you showing me this? Oh, that is my favorite gem of all time. That is my favorite gem. I love it now. Get that out of here. You don't step on the bit. That is right. Characters have arc and not depth, and they have, most of all, don't remind you of the diversity. You know why? You know why? Because my no good daughter. Yes, my no good daughter is in this movie. So, hello, look at me. I'm like the white woman. Oh, I want to be like the white woman. And now look at your movie. Your movie is all terrible. What is wrong with you, Kamala? Why can't you be good girl? You wreck my car. You go out. You disobey me. You go to a stupid rave where you dress up like Asian Hulk. Yes, I said I did. Dalai Lamas. Just like a white woman. Oh, look at me. I'm like a white woman. And I got my bicycle run over. Oh, yes, very good. Now I got to replace this stupid thing. What is wrong with you? Could you trust me? I could put the extra time in it at work. Why does Mr. Khan work anyway? I don't even know. And what happened to the music? Where did the music go? Where did the music go? Ah, there it is. Shlomo, you've got to fix the music. Mrs. Khan wants to go see Bon Jovi. I was hello. We have to go see Bon Jovi, but I can't with my daughter pretending to be Avenger now. She says, Mama, Papa, I'm going to be Avenger. And I said, no, you don't. She says, yes, I do. And she goes, oh, look at me, I'm in space now. But you get back down here. You get back down here, you're really going to know the meaning of the word grounded. You wreck my car and you go skip off into space. What is wrong with you? Okay, Mr. Shlomo. Okay, this bit is going on too long. Okay, I'm going to have to go bye-bye now. Everybody else, have a good day. Go see my daughter in this terrible... No, don't go see my daughter in the terrible movie. That's what she wants you to do. She wants you to see the terrible movie. I said, don't go see my daughter. You know what? Don't go see my daughter in a terrible movie. I will tell you how the movie ends. You're going to have the Marvels review with the Mr. Khan. Yes, it is going to be very much humorous. Much humorous. Okay, everyone. I go bye-bye now. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, Mr. Shlomo. The great Mr. Khan. Always nice to hear Mr. Khan. Always nice to hear from Mr. Khan. Yeah, Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan is a good guy. Yes, by the way, these royally screwed up Khans back. Yes, they did. Yes, he had his little cowies and his little kitties. Joining with a happy sunshine. Yeah, he's not supposed to be a little kid. He's not supposed to be a little kid in 2023. They were knee deep in the eugenics wars.
by then. No, they weren't, freaking hanging out in Toronto. Hello, I'm Mr. Gunn. Are you gonna kill me? Yeah, you little fuck. I'm gonna kill you. I love different cultures. That's right. You know why I love different cultures? Food. That's right. That's how you bridge the gap between cultures. Food. I love food. It's kept me alive all these years.
Music.
Yes. So, Goldsman even admitted that he changed the continuity because he thought the original was silly. And he said, "Well, it has to match ours." No, it doesn't. That's only tells me that he can't tell fact from fiction. So they're screwed. So they're screwed. I'll tell you. We're going to tell you how. We're going to tell you how it goes. So yeah, pardon me. So what was I thinking about Warner Brothers? They're admitting to botting.
Yeah. Disney now? No. They admitted to it?
No, they're admitting to botting something.
Oh, HBO.
HBO Max. That's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, and that was Zack Snyder did for Warner Brothers. Rolling Stone exposed that, and so that's the big secret is that YouTubers are doing that, and like Gina Carano people are basically using the same method against Disney, right?
Yeah, well, listen, we don't. I don't have any evidence that they're doing it.
That's what I'm working on. So
okay. She-Hulk insider blames half-baked scripts and VFX issues on Kevin Feige, lack of pre-production. Where the heck is it? Here we go. So Warner Brothers, that's all, folks. That's right. Yeah, if HBO chief Casey Bloys concedes fake Twitter accounts were a very dumb idea. You think? HBO CEO apologized for the accounts that trolled critics posting about the network programming on social media. In the wake of allegations that the division used fake Twitter accounts to undermine TV critics posting tepid reviews of HBO programming, the network chief, executive Casey Bloys, addressed the claim during the meeting with the press on Thursday. At the presentation of HBO's 2024 content slate, Bloys cast the Twitter accounts as part of a pandemic era dumb idea. For those of you who know me, you know that I'm a program executive. I'm very, very passionate about shows that we decided to do and people who do them and the people who work on them. I want shows to be great, Bloy said, adding, so when you think of the mindset and then think 2020, 2021, I'm working from home, spending an unhealthy amount of time scrolling through Twitter, and I came up with a very, very dumb idea to vent my frustration. This is actually quite a sizable article. The HBO chief elaborated, obviously 6 tweets over a year and a half is not very effective, but I do apologize to the people who were mentioned in the leaked emails and texts. Obviously, nobody wants to be part of a story that they had nothing to do with it. But also, many of you know I have progressed over the past couple years, and I am using DM. So now, when I take issue with something in a review or take issue with something I see, I DM many of you, and you are gracious enough to engage with me back and forth. Oh, well, okay. Allegations first reported by Rolling Stone were made to HBO ex-executive assistant Sully Tamori in a lawsuit filed against him in July against Kathleen McCaffrey, HBO's senior VP of programming, and Francesca Orsi.
Oh, remember when
What?
Paramount and Star Trek admitted to doing that with their kind of social media.
They did?
Marketing crew or whatever, which is basically, oh yeah, these are the people who go around writing fake articles.
They had some kind of social media. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pardon. There's some sort of social media presence.
Yeah.
Pardon me, everyone. My allergies are acting up. Sorry, everybody. He sued as a John Doe in Los Angeles Superior Court in July, alleging he was harassed over his disability and sexual orientation. The complaint, which included claims for harassment, discrimination, retaliation, and wrongful termination, also names The Weeknd, Abel Tesfaye, and two other executive producers on The Idol who allegedly bullied Tamori in an effort to push him out of his job. In a statement issued Wednesday, HBO didn't challenge the claims that Blois, the TV network, then president of original programming, and McCaffrey directed Tamori to post from fake accounts with the aim of, with the aim of undermining high-profile critics as well as anonymous commenters on articles. HBO intends to vigorously defend against Mr. Tamori's allegations. A spokesperson said, "We are not going to comment on select exchanges between programmers and errant tweets." The cover Twitter assignment isn't mentioned in Tamori's complaint, which doesn't name Blois, but he accused HBO executives of assigning him menial tasks unrelated to his position. A source familiar with the matter told The Hollywood Reporter there are 6 tweets at issue. Doesn't seem a whole lot. According to a review of the messages by Rolling Stone, Tamori was asked to create fake accounts in June 2020 at the direction of McCaffrey. She allegedly told him that Blois was obsessed with Twitter and always wants to pick a fight on the platform. Well, that's everybody. And there's ways to create a dummy account that can't be traced to us to do his bidding. Yeah, use a fake email, wrote McCaffrey, who added that Blois always texts me asking me to find friends to reply. In one instance, Tamori was told to respond to Rolling Stone's chief TV critic Alan Sepinwall's 2.5-star review of Joss Whedon's sci-fi drama The Nevers. He's mad at Alan Sepinwall. McCaffrey, who was referring to Blois, texted to Tamori, "Can our secret operative please tweet at Alan's review? Alan is always particularly safe and scared of his opinions." According to Rolling Stone, an account under the name of Kelly Shepard, who calls herself Texas Mom and Herbalist, replied to Sepinwall's review with the response from Blois. The account has since been deleted. Okay. Vulture TV critic Catherine Van Arendonk, what a name, and New York Times chief critic James Poniewozik.
Like fake names.
Come on, James Poniewozik? You're going to make up that name?
Yes.
Were also targets of Blois' PSYOP, which included firing back at commenters on Deadline articles. That one was probably me. In response to a user writing that runs cancellation hardly unveils Blois-era cynicism in HBO development, the exec was alleged, the exec allegedly was incensed. He wrote to McCaffrey, "How dare someone write that? I want to say something along the lines of, lol, okay, they're just counting their Emmys," or something like that. He also suggested, "Maybe we say we must have passed on their development and they are bitter." Okay. All right. So, so they are out there. They are allowed. This is kind of confirmation that they're out there and they're watching.
Yeah, and they're going to pay.
Every CEO thinks their customers are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, they had some people say, "Well, I don't consider myself." Who was it? Heather Antos? "I am not a customer service representative." Yeah, you kind of are.
That's the problem, is you aren't expected to be. You get put out in the spot. Like athletes at least have social media training. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I think if you're, anything, you need some sort of social media training before you even get on it.
True story. I went back through my emails and work records to 2006 and figured out that's around the time this woke stuff started. In marketing, when I worked for Omnicom, a large marketing firm. Oh, this has been going on well before that. Listen, we didn't call it woke. We called it multiculturalism back in the early 90s. We called it political correctness.
Yeah, that was getting out of hand then.
I mean, look at Ellen DeGeneres kicked the door down, and then everybody on TV was gay. Even during the 80s, you remember the movie Soul Man?
Yeah.
Well, you can't make that today, but still, there was a line in it. Yeah. There was a line in it about have you seen television? Look, Bill Cosby's the hottest thing on TV. America loves black people.
Yeah, he turned out to be a rapist.
Too bad, yeah. But I mean, listen, you had, like I said, it comes and goes in cycles. That's the thing. At least in the 90s, they try to have characters do more than being gay and diverse. Yeah, that's true. Well, nobody knows how to write anymore. All this entire generation of writers think, oh, well, we just trot out and we just talk about their diversity. That's what happens when you don't have anything else to talk about. Remember the movie In and Out? Barely. Piggly, 40 years. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on for a very long time. I remember there was a joke on the Dick Van Dyke show when they brought Little Richie home. They brought Richie home from the hospital, and Dick Van Dyke thought he was, and Rob Petrie thought he was. They got the babies mixed up with the person in the next room. So they invited the couple over. It says, can you come on over? They open the door. It's a black couple, which at the time was hysterical.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not really treated as, as anything. It's like, oh, of course, clearly we're stupid.
People in the U.S.
And then they just made friends with the couple.
Well, what's happening too is you have an oversaturation of media. And now management wants cheap labor. And how do you get cheap labor? You go with people who don't have a lot of experience. And they are getting people like the Heather Antoses, like the who else? Yeah. I mean, you're getting a lot of people that don't have any writing credits. The guys.
They're barely paying them too.
Yeah.
They get these $100,000, debt degrees, and they're out there making $20,000.
Well, but you get guys like the two jackholes who did the Rings of Power. They had no writing credits to their name. They had no writing credits. And what do we hear? Diversity. And the show was terrible. Everybody who works on Star Trek Discovery, STD, what's their biggest writing credits? The Gilmore Girls. You have some people.
Peter Jackson got to do the Beatles thing.
Yeah, well, because that was a project he wanted to do.
Yeah,
he had Peter Jackson.
Lord of the Rings reboot.
Well, Peter Jackson had enough success from Lord of the Rings, where that he said, "Hey, Pete, what do you want to do for next? Well, I want to do the Beatle documentary."
Yeah,
when I would
at least I appreciate.
Peter Jackson. There's that saying, you could write your own ticket.
Yeah, because that actually gave a lot more, I think, value to society than that stupid Lord of the Rings reboot that nobody finished.
Yeah, I think this will.
From a new perspective.
Yeah, and I can see Linda from this perspective. Mm-hmm. I think this will eventually blow up in their faces and they will have to hire people with more writing experience again. Well, actually, you know what's happened? All these development deals from all these people that have no experience, they're getting canceled. They're getting canceled. And they're clearing the slate. Another name, Lindsay Beer, I see turn up all the time. She has no writing experience. All of a sudden, she's a highly coveted property. She has no writing experience. She had one movie, which was mediocre. I'm like, oh boy, that's not a good sign. Good, that's right. Yeah, good. Yeah, the mask is off, really. You know who's going to keep their money? Matt and Trey, though. All right, let's move on to this. This is really water is wet here. So,
The Beatles.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Echo next. You can spend a very little time. Listen. Yes, I'm going to talk about the new Beatles song Now and Then in a few minutes. So I'm going to tease. That's a teaser. But I want to talk to you about this Echo trailer. Listen, I'm worn out on it. I really am. Pardon me. Yeah, it does look pretty good. But let me tell you, I don't want to see another Marvel project right now. That's not me. Just, oh yeah, it's gonna be woke, or that's just listen. Just give it a rest. Give it a rest. But they do get some things right. Kingpin beats that snot out of this guy. I don't know if they're starting to get. I don't know if they're starting to get the message that, hey, we want some edgier entertainment here. We want things that are, just a little bit more adult oriented. And hasn't that been the biggest problem? Is that Disney doesn't know how to do stuff for adults. Yeah, they say they do, but they really don't know how to leave well enough alone. They tinker and they tamper. They don't know how to really do anything with an edge to it. Oh yeah, I'm going to get to that Tyrannozilla. They really don't know how to do anything with an edge to it. Daredevil does turn up in this. Let me see if I can find him here. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on. He's in here somewhere. As he should be, because Daredevil is okay. But listen, we've been suckered in before by good trailers. There he is. There's Daredevil. There's Daredevil. Now let's slow it down here. Hold on. There he is. There's Daredevil. Yeah, that's right, buddy. It's Daredevil. The kitty wants to. He's probably hungry. Again, we've been suckered in by good trailers. I'm not sold. And the last thing I want to see is another. I want Marvel honestly, I want Marvel, just like Star Trek and Star Wars, to go away for a little while. Make me miss it. Really, make me miss Marvel. Not me miss Marvel as in Miss Marvel. Make me.
Miss Marvel.
Yes. Make me feel Marvel's absence. So, there you go. It looks good, but who cares at this point? Honestly, who cares? All right, now Deadpool 3. Supposedly he's going to have a moment inspired by Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
So let's take a look at Deadpool 3 here. And one we're going to talk about on naps then. So let me see here. Hey, buddy. The Katie is looking at me very disapprovingly. See if I can get him on camera. So you see, he's looking at me very disapprovingly. You're supposed to look at me disapprovingly, buddy. You hungry, buddy? You hungry? Mm-hmm. So yeah, hey, there's the thing here. So stop camera. So yeah. Deadpool director says film is inspired by Star Wars. This is the Jedi moment. Key scene inspired by Star Wars. I pulled up that scene of Vader and Luke on my phone and restudied how it was photographed, how it was blocked, the framing, the tempo. Deadpool director Sean Levy, superhero threequel, is drawing inspiration. Yeah, okay, buddy. I gotta feed him. Let me feed him a second here. Be right back. And Dim Sum wants foodies now too. Sabu, they all want to be fed now. They all want to be fed. You're gonna be seeing allergists. Here you go, buddy. Sorry, everybody. Kitties are hungry. And an essay for Esquire, Levy reflected on the authentic communal event that is watching a blockbuster film in a packed theater and how it causes viewers to be both moved by what's on screen as well as by the people around him. To prove his point, the filmmaker recalled the stunned silence that surrounded him while watching Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader interact in 1983's Return of the Jedi. I vividly remember the scene in which Luke is hiding from Vader in the Emperor's room, and Vader gives the speech that ends, "If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will." It was dead quiet, pin drop silence. Levy wrote, noting that the 40 seconds of stillness from the audience, then the spectacle and emotion that played out on screen remains seared, not just in my eyeballs, but in my heart to this day. That it's that particular scene and that visceral emotion that it drew from the crowd that Levy is set to pay tribute to during a pivotal moment in Deadpool 3. For one key scene in the movie, I said to my stunt and action team, "Guys, this is the Jedi moment." He said, "I pulled up the scene of Vader and Luke on my phone and restudied how it was photographed, how it was blocked, the framing, the tempo." Levy, who is in the process of building his very own Star Wars film, noted that eagle-eyed fans will be able to see the shot in my Deadpool movie that inspired him all those years ago. That's a forever memory. That's a treasure. Deadpool 3, which boasts Ryan Reynolds as everyone's favorite Merc with the Mouth, as well as Hugh Jackman's return as Wolverine, paused production in July due to the ongoing actor strike. The film, which also stars Emma Corrin and Rob Delaney, is still currently set to be released in theaters on May 3rd, 2024. Okay, well, it looks like there's a guy who gets it. Okay, we're going to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, Disney's in charge now. These cats have robbed too well trained. Face, pink ears, face, pink ears, face, pink ears. The cats, well, they're not particularly picky, but they have sensitive tummies. So they have to eat sensitive tummy food. Occasionally, once in a blue moon, we'll have to give one of them half a Prilosec. So, because he has a food intolerance. You have paid your price for your lack of vision. Put a chick in it, make it gay. All right, so now where do we go? We're going to Blade. Trey, if you're listening out there,
Let's see, what do you want before? What do you want with Mecca?
What do you want with? What do you want?
Goddamn son of a bitch!
Wow.
Son of. Just now I'm gonna fart on the mic.
That's an act of God there.
Everything went flying off the table.
That's for you.
Fuck's sake. Can everybody hear me? Does the mic still work?
That's funny.
Can everybody hear me? Does the mic still work? Yes, no, can people hear me still?
Are they bots? I think they're all bots.
I don't know.
Let me see. Where's your screen?
Okay, Professor Genki says, yep, everybody can hear me. Yeah, so the mic got,
So the whole table jumped out of here.
Yeah.
Because you got subliminally on that at me. Because you're adding up all the clues.
Yeah, I'm adding up the clues.
That's funny. You're going to wake up and smell the coffee pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. You don't like coffee.
Exactly.
All right. Blade was reportedly going to be female-led film before getting a lower budget revision. A new report, Marvel's Blade, claims it was going to be female-led and is now getting a much smaller budget to work from. Small budget is not always a bad thing. Marvel's Blade reboot movie is at the center of an eye-opening new report about Marvel Studios and Marvel Cinematic Universe. It seems as though the development of the supernatural superheroes relaunch has been even more chaotic than rumors have suggested. In a breakdown, hold on. In a breakdown by Variety's Tatiana Siegel, it's being said that Marvel's Blade reboot was originally headed in a very different direction than what most fans would expect from a Blade film, with multi-Oscar winner Mahershala Ali as a titular character. The report claims that the story at one point morphed into a narrative led by women and filled with life lessons, and that Blade was relegated to the fourth lead of the film. That angle tracks with Marvel's recent promotional push of Bloodline, Daughter of Blade in the comics this year, a character many speculated the Blade movie was going to focus on. To be fair, the larger point of the report on Blade is that the film has gone through multiple revisions during its pre-production. With at least 5 writers, 2 directors, and 1 shutdown 6 weeks before production, all having plagued Marvel Studios. Those disruptions and reports that Ali was ready to exit over script issues eventually made Kevin Feige go back to the drawing board with the entire concept for an MCU Blade. Now it's being reported that Oscar-nominated Logan writer Michael Green, oh boy, Old Man Blade, has been brought on board to rewrite Blade with the script from scratch, and that Marvel Studios is taking a very different approach with it. Apparently, the speculation around town is that the studio is looking to make the film, now slated for 2025, on a budget of less than $100 million. A deviation from Marvel's big spending strategy. The original Blade movie in 1998 was made on a budget of $45 million before going on to gross $131.2 million. A feat for an R-rated superhero film at the time, even though director Stephen Norrington didn't go on to have the most successful directorial career, his work on Blade still holds up over 2 decades later. It stands as proof that $100 million isn't necessary for a quality comic book movie blockbuster. In fact, horror is the one other genre besides superheroes that are still guaranteed to win at the box office. And horror has the added appeal of doing so much on smaller budgets than most films. Feige's instincts are on point if these reports are accurate, as Blade's horror themes should make it easy to do more on a more indie horror size budget rather than a superhero size one. Marvel's Blade is in development for 2025. So yeah. I don't think they're gonna going to be able to salvage this. Who knows though? I mean, really, I've been wrong plenty of times. I don't think I'm wrong on this one. From the get-go, well, Blade's going to be the first Muslim superhero. And now they're, it's going to be Blade. This is going to do this, and this is going to do that. So, yeah. This is going to be I think this is going to get delayed again. This is definitely going to get delayed again. This is not going to be that good. I don't know. So yeah, Blade is a mess. We kind of knew it was going to be a mess, and having it be about life lessons, Blade's going to say, "Yeah, I learned something today." But that goes back to another thing. Blade is an edgy, adult-oriented character. Yeah, I have a feeling no matter what Disney does now, Blade will be a train wreck. Well, yeah, they cannot conceive of doing an R-rated movie. And they do not want to get their hands dirty with it. Pardon me. They don't want to, they're afraid. Listen, that Black Widow movie, the Black Widow movie they made, no blood. They stabbed the character. She didn't bleed. Huh? What? Yeah, they don't want to show people getting. They don't want to show blood. They don't want to show any excess violence. And don't forget, the first Avengers movie was already pretty much in the works. It was from the get-go, The first Avengers movie.
What about it?
The first Avengers movie was not a quote unquote Disney production.
What happened in it?
The first Avengers movie, there was a lot of violence, it was kind of cartoonish violence, but still. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Thor, all of them. But the thing is, yeah, they seem to want to have it both ways. They want these properties, but you know what? They can't get away from the princess culture.
And other people have talked about this. They want to make the women of leads in all these properties. They want to do the whole, the fairy tale kind of stuff. They only know how to do one thing. And they don't want to hire anybody that can come in and do anything else. They tried bringing Sam Raimi and it didn't work. But hey, listen. I doubt they can right the ship. I think the Disney I think Disney Marvel is permanently screwed. I think they are. Okay, so that's that. Now let me get on to this one. Last but not certainly not least. We have a new Beatles song. After almost 30 years, 1995 was the last new tracks we got from them. There is a 12-minute documentary on YouTube about the new song. Let me just mute this. So I'm going to show some stills. I can't play any of the song. I can't show you a few stills, but how this came about was they were doing the anthology series, and they wanted a new song. They wanted 3 new songs at least. So Yoko gave a tape of a couple demos John had recorded in the Dakota. One was Free as a Bird. The other was Real Love. And the third was this song called Now and Then. And let me tell you, listen, solid song. And how they did was, what happened was they couldn't use the track Now and Then at the time because they couldn't do enough work to John's voice to make it usable. So they just left it. But now Peter Jackson comes along and says, I have the technology now to separate the vocal from the piano backing track. Okay, and they did it. They used machine learning. They separated John's voice from the piano, and they did the work they needed. Rick Beato, actually, who has a YouTube channel, he's a music instructor, producer, musician. Does anybody care about the Beatles and want to hear about the music? Plenty of people do. Trust me on that.
I can't remember that and what some dumb cunt has been hit in the head a few times thinks about Kathy Kennedy.
Yeah. I mean, this is the last new song we're probably going to get. I don't know that there's any new material out there, any more unheard material. So what's happened is they took the vocal and they laid down some new tracks, and they laid down a new drum track, and they have a new piano track. Paul actually sings back up a little bit, and as does Ringo. They added some slide guitar, and they kept some of George's original guitar. And it's actually turned out very nice. So this is a nice shot, actually, John staring off into the sort of the past. So they do show them working on it in 95. One of the complaints I've heard is that the piano sounds too compressed. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen. You have newer recording techniques. Everything is digitized.
But this is a this is actually a very interesting thing, because now what this does is this technology opens up for a lot of other stuff. I mean, you can go back and remaster like old Elvis stuff, old the Stones and Buddy Holly, and especially those 50s recordings. And after the Universal fire, a lot of those masters were lost in the Universal fire. So what this can do is any work they need to do on those tape without the tape, they can probably take it from somewhere, another source, and they can do the necessary work on it. They can enhance it. But this is actually a remarkable piece of technology. You're right, that Studio Fire was criminal. Universal did not want to pay for the proper storage of those masters. And we lost a huge piece of music history because of it. Blue Meanie Yellow Submarine was the main inspiration for him in the Powerpuff Girls. And Mark Hamill actually said that the main Blue Meanie was the inspiration for his voice of the Joker. John always had that joke about the Rolling Stones, about how he was in the Rolling Stones. So yeah, think about it. Like I said, music from the 30s and the 40s and the 20s can now possibly be remastered and restored for a whole new generation. They're like old blues recordings that go back to the 1920s of like Robert Johnson that can find new life now. So I love that guitar. I have one of those guitars. And this is actually great. This shot here, mixing the old and the new. One of the things they said Paul was when they were laying down the string tracks with Giles Martin, George Martin's son, was that they had to be very secretive about what this project was, so that they told everybody in the orchestra. They told everybody in the orchestra, all the musicians who got the sheet music, yeah, this is a new song of Paul's. This is a new song of Paul's. They had to be very secretive about it. But listen, if you're a fan, I mean, you'll find it interesting. If you're a fan, head over and watch the 12-minute documentary about how the song came together. It's actually very interesting. And there's a section in it from Peter Jackson where he talks about the technology, the AI, the machine learning. And Peter Jackson actually came along with the right time. Peter Jackson was the right guy to do this. Peter Jackson, he had enough success from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and all the other films. He did Kong, and he did Peter. Yes, actually, he did an early movie called Heavenly Creatures with Kate Winslet's making out with the chick from 2.5 Men. Okay. So anyway, Peter Jackson was the right director to come along and to do this because he's a fan. Second, he's going to take his time. He had enough of a reputation where he said to Disney said to him, listen, we got to take the smoking and the swearing out. We can't have that. He said, nope, you're keeping it in. Oh, but well, when you were a family, no, you're keeping this in. Oh yeah, and by the way, that 2.5-hour movie, it's now 6 hours. So Peter Jackson, like I said, all Beatle fans and music fans alike, we owe a huge debt to Peter Jackson. First of all, for developing this technology, and for second, for being able to do this project on his own terms. Because without him, this would have turned out very differently. Yeah, that's the Get Back of the Get Back documentary. It was over 6 hours. 6 hours. They whittled six. They originally had 50 hours of footage. Over 50, 60 hours of footage. He got it down to 6. I'm like, I want to see the other 50. I want to see the other 40, 44 hours. Yes, I don't think Penthouse Serenade was in a film. It's also a fantastic early Bob Hope hit song. Again, that's the kind of thing that this opens the door for. Someone has to be first, and this was first. It was a good choice. So I'm hoping I'm hoping this technology gets put to good use. Again, we can't play any of the song because of copyright. John would have been you know what? Listen, it's hard for me to say what John would have wanted because I never met the guy. You know, I know him from interviews. I think John would have, the idea that I don't think he would want. It's kind of hard to articulate, but I think listen, I think if the idea of him, I don't think he would want to reunite because he always said, you have the albums, you have the movies, you just watch those. He wasn't keen on a reunion, but actually, it's a very poignant movie. At the end of this video, they take a bow, they disappear into history, and then the lights go out. So there you go. Yes, they were revolutionary. That's never going to be. It's going to be an era in history that is never going to be repeated. I mean, as much as you want to point to certain artists today, this is never going to be repeated. So to have an artistic statement in rock and roll music, a new medium, so quickly, is testament to their talent. Rock and roll was a new genre. It was a young people's genre. It came along at a time when society was going through changes. And it was seen as just dance music by the older generation. Oh, it's just kids' music, just kids' dance music. And the Beatles came along and then they pushed the boundaries and they made a major artistic statement that set off an era in history. It was a professor of musicology. Actually, there was a there's a documentary about a BBC documentary called hosted by a guy named Howard. I think his name is Howard Shore. It's pretty easy to find. You go on YouTube. It gets re-uploaded every so often. He talks about the actual music, the music principles behind the music. This is this is a mode. This is resonance and dissonance and all that kind of stuff. All real technical stuff. That's actually very interesting as well. It's about an hour long. I've seen it several times, It's actually very good. Another interesting documentary to watch is How the Beatles Rocked the Kremlin. It was that their music was forbidden behind the Iron Curtain that made it more desirable and made people want to seek it out and want to seek out Western culture and want to make, and eventually it led to the fall of the Berlin Wall. So, one man says, the Soviet regime was held together by fear and belief. The fear that something like the Beatles could come along and disrupt society, and their belief that they were a destructive force. And once the fear was gone, you saw that the belief was pretty stupid.
Yeah, but that's the whole generation. Them, Martin Luther King.
Well, that's talking about behind the Iron Curtain too.
Oh yeah. The whole generation was a threat to everybody back then.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the
Tyrannosaurus, we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Maybe we're waiting for someone else to come along and revolutionize music again. We're still waiting. I don't know if it's going to be in my lifetime either, but
check out David Eugene Edwards. Check out Sam. Check out Voodoo Lord.
Howard Short, very good, dude, very good. I try my best. It's not the music. It's going to give us the new songs. It's that what I'm hoping is that it will restore music and bring that original music to a new generation. I really do. Like I said, all the stuff from the 30s and the 40s, even the 20s, even the 50s, even some more modern stuff. That we can take it, we can clean it up, and we can say, hey, this is what we have here. This is our legacy. I still think good music out there, just have to look a little harder. Yes, that's definitely true. Okay, everybody. Now and then, good song. Everybody, thank you for all of you for joining me on this Friday evening. Thank you for spending a little time with me. Everyone, I want you to go out there, just have a good time this weekend, enjoy yourself, no drinking, no driving. We want to see you for Naps on Sunday. The Giants are playing at 1:00 at 1:30. I don't know when Naps is going to be, so who knows? I'll play it by ear or I'll play it by nose. Everyone, have yourself a good rest of your evening. And as always, yeah, that's true. That's very true. Everybody, have a good evening. Have a good rest of your day. As always, we will catch you next time. Yep, true words. All right, everyone, see you next time.